Yes. Okay. So welcome back to another live, right? For those of you who are new here, we do this every day, and what we exactly do is we try to understand what's happening in the market, right? So we do this based on basic chart reading. We do this based on option chain analysis as well as OI analysis, right? So the whole idea is to understand what's happening directly on the charts rather than hearing any news of any sorts and then taking any decisions, right? Uh, yes, I was just checking if my voice is yes. Yes, so this is exactly what we do, right? So also, in case if my voice is echoing, you can let me know in the comments below. But yes, so for those of you who are new here, this is exactly what we do, and for those of you who have been regularly joining in, know exactly what we do and how we try and predict the market for the next day as well, right? So the idea of why we do not consider news or anything is because it is directly shown on the chart paper itself. So that is one of the reasons. And other than that, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another live, pretty exciting section today. And make before we do start, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any live videos, right? So yes, coming to today's market. So as we did expect yesterday, at least Nifty, we knew that it was going to head higher, and so it did, right? So similarly, Bank Nifty, which gave mixed signals, also did go higher. But again, today's market also similarly almost very sideways throughout the day, right? Like if you look at it, for those of you who were trading today, at least it was very sideways, right? And I'm assuming again not a lot of trades because it was very choppy and maybe stop losses were hit very soon, if I'm not wrong. But yes, you can always let me know in the comments on if you did take any trades and why you took that specific trade, right? So that we can help everyone else watching as well. But yes, only towards the end we saw a big downfall in the indexes. I think directly we can see it here on the charts itself that towards the end we saw a very big downfall, which almost went back to the opening of the markets, right? So I think Bank Nifty, it went back very close to the opening. I think we shall check for others as well, right? So yes, today, yes, yes. So quickly coming into the trading view charts, right? So we should quickly analyze the market. What happened today in the futures chart. So I think yeah, May expiry in 2 more days. Again, very exciting expiry. You can let me know the levels you guys are assuming that the markets would end at, and also let me know on where you think what do you call the market is headed towards, right, tomorrow. If you are very bullish about the markets, very bearish, or a little more sideways on the market, right? It can be a very boring expiry as well, but as it's a monthly expiry, it should not be, right? It will be a very interesting expiry at least, and I'm assuming big movements on Thursday as well. But let's see, right? Yes, coming to today's Nifty's charts and what we had drawn yesterday, right? So yes, I think today almost touched yesterday's highs as well, and if it had broken a little more below, we could have seen the entire covering of the gap up that happened today, right? So it was almost a 30-point gap up, and we saw the market moving completely high today. So that was one specific thing that happened in the markets. And if you look at it, Yeah, it was a 30-point up, and after that, it was completely sideways, right? So from around 10 to, if you look at it, around 240, it was completely sideways, right? So only in the last hour, we saw a complete downfall towards the end of the market. So that is something we got to see today. So tomorrow we can assume this gap down, gap up to be filled. That is almost a 30-point gap up which happened today. It I'm assuming it can be filled, but again, if you we should quickly go to the OI. It looks a little more bullish, right? So I'm assuming that it can fill up the gap and then completely go up, right? So that is the possibility of it happening tomorrow. And also, if you see 18,423 was a high, that is the day's high, uh, which was not broken at all, right? It almost tried breaking it thrice. I think once here, once here, once here. Here it did not go back again, and then the downfall happened, right? So again, right? So that is a level that would be a strong level to break out of, at least in the chart wise, right? So that is what I'm assuming in tomorrow's Nifty charts at least, and this is based on seeing the charts, right? We shall also quickly come to. Give me 1 second. Yes, we shall quickly come to the option chain, right? So yes, Nifty option chain. If you look at it, this is the reason. Give me 1 second. Yes. So if you look at it, okay, there's a lot. Give me. So sorry about this. Yes. So while it loads, you can let me know what you think about Nifty as well. So towards the end, we saw a complete change in direction, right? So if you look at it here, there's an actually a reduction of OI towards the end. At least 18,200, 11 lakhs have sold it off. Here, there's only very small addition, right? You look at 18,250. Also, there's a little sell off here. Only 18 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh being added on the put side, right? So a little more less confidence on that side. And if you look at it on the call side, so the call side, we see a huge increase. That's almost 30 lakh here being added, another 9 lakh, 20 lakh, 24 lakh towards 18,400, 500 and above, right? So this what it says that is tomorrow it can head a little more low, right? So 18,200 still stands a little strong with almost 1.2 crore, right? Even though there was almost 11.8 lakh selling, and I'm assuming this did happen towards the end itself because of looking at the market going completely down. There must have been a lot of sell off towards the end, right? But yes, as you look at it right now, we have 1.2 crore at 18,400 and 1.1 crore at 18,500, which are two very strong levels, right? So what this basically says is people are not assuming it to go above these levels. So these are strong resistances, and because of more addition today as well in these levels, this says that it has to be below these levels, right? So uh, looking based on OI and charts, we can see, at least I'm assuming, for the gap up to be filled tomorrow or first thing in the morning itself, right? And rest we shall see how the day exactly goes, because 18,200 is also a very strong support level, even though there has been a small sell off towards the end, right? So yes, coming to the OI of Nifty 50. Okay. Yes. So you come towards the OI, you see 18,400, 18,350. Okay. Uh, Interesting. Okay. So yes, 18,400, we saw a lot of call OI and put OI being added. That is the current level. That is nothing but the max pain, right? So that is put OI, there is at least 36.1 lakh. Call OI, there's 38.2 lakh, right? You look at PCR, it's around 1.1, which says it's a little more bullish, right? Okay, option chain. Uh, Yes, these were the option chain levels we basically saw. This is nothing but more of a graphical representation, right? So yeah, as we saw, 18,200, 1.2 crore put OI, and 18,300 around 1.1 crore, right? I think Nifty 50, yeah. So this is the spot price which ended around 18,333, and the what we were seeing in the charts were the futures prices, right? So yes, so very strong levels at least on the put side as well. So 1.1 crore here, 1.2 crore at 18,200 level. But you look at it here as well, around until 18,500, there isn't a strong level, right? Because you look at it here, 18,450 and 18,400 are a little more closer level. So it does look like a very good fight, right? So it looks like a very good fight between the calls inputs tomorrow. PCR just giving us the data that it is a little more bullish, but it should be a good fight, right? And we see most addition happening on the put side here. So you look at it, OI change, we have uh, 18,300 of addition of 38.1 lakh and 18,350 around 32.7 lakh, right? Which should have shown in the option chain, uh, which is something. Hmm. So yes, yeah, I'll just check that in the later after the live is done. But yes, so Nifty again. So it's a quite a good fight, right? If you look at it, I think that's why it market at least tomorrow wise. I'm just expecting it to cover up the gap up that happened today, and then move very sideways until there is a side pick, right? It can be the call side or the put side. But until Nifty, at least for now, it doesn't feel like there is a side pick because both have very high support and resistance zones, which are around a crore in OI each, right? So we shall see in the coming days how. Coming days as in tomorrow itself we should see how good it is, and then comes expiry, right? So yes, quickly moving on to bank nifty. Yes. So coming to Bank Nifty now, so yeah, Bank Nifty, I was seeing the charts as well. I think towards the end it came down completely towards where it exactly opened, right? So that was the downfall that we saw towards the end. Yes. Give me a second while the chart loads. I think there would be a small Wi-Fi issue because I'm in a different room taking the live actually, so the Wi-Fi must be a little more further away. That's why the delay in loading, right? So yeah, as you look at it here, so yeah, this is the way that we could have seen the downfall happening, right? So we saw around 145 and around 220. This is around twice it tried to break out of the 44,079 level, which it did not, right? So this acted as a good uh, resistance above which we could have had a good buy, and we saw this trend line over here, right? So this was the 1225 candle, the 320 candle, the 2 o'clock candle were taking complete support at this trend line, right? And if you look at it here as well, a 230 candle also took support of the trend line. So we knew that, okay, so if it did break out of this, we could have sold the market, but if it broke out of the resistance zone, we could have gone a little more bullish, right? So that's when call buying or call selling would have happened, where there is a big move happening. And the confirmation of MACD, where the blue line moved below the red line, also gave a good confirmation that it could be headed downwards, right? So this was the trade that could have been taken, and the stop loss would have been right above these this resistance level, out of which we knew that, okay, it could have been much more bullish. So yeah, this was one specific trade I was seeing in Bank Nifty, and we saw, yes, the opening was around here, right? So not as big as gap up as Nifty we had seen. Bank Nifty almost opening towards yesterday's close itself, and we saw towards the end the downfall where it was headed almost to the same of today's opening itself, right? So that is the chart analysis, and as we did expect, so if anyone would like to understand how we did expect the market to be sideways, you can watch yesterday's video, right? So yesterday's video would cover the complete analysis and how we expected the Bank Nifty we expected Bank Nifty to be completely sideways today. Sorry about this. Also, yes, if, the fact that it happened by mistake is that I will have to explain it, right? So yeah, we have a trade terminal coming in very soon. It is being tested by the developers of Stolo, and we'll update you as soon as you can complete order management will be available on Stolo, right? So also we have not one but two terminals coming in. We also will have a scalping terminal coming in, which is two very interesting things coming in Stolo, part of our roadmap, right? But yes, coming back to the analysis. So yes, if you want to understand how we expected it to be sideways, make sure you watch yesterday's video as well, right? So coming quickly into the analysis of Bank Nifty, let me just change this. I think next time I do change my place of taking the live, I have to make sure the Wi-Fi is having a stronger connection, right? So yes, coming to Bank Nifty, you see, I think nothing much, right? You look at the change in OI, at least you have a small addition of 7.5 lakh, 4.5 lakh, 3.7 lakh, and similarly in the call side as well, you have 7.8 lakh, 7.6 lakh. So not very strong signs on either side, right? So this basically what it would say is the market is still deciding where it wants to go, right? So even the traders are a little confused, and that's why there's an addition on both the ends, but not a very strong addition that would tell you where the market would exactly head towards, right? So that way again, right? So this is why we are expecting tomorrow's to be at least a sideways opening, and based on tomorrow morning's OI chain, we should understand it much better, right? So we see a lot of put addition in the 44,000 today. That's around 19 lakh, right? So this basically what it says is that it should be above 44,000 is what 19 lakh additional people have told today. Like at least this isn't people, it can be one person itself buying a lot of contracts, right? So yeah, it's 19 lakh contracts being towards it, telling that market should stay above 44,000. So that means that it could be a little more sideways to bullish, right? Even here we look at it, it's still zero point 0.9 PCR, which again stays it's very sideways to bullish, right? So that is still our view on the market. So So yes, that is exactly the view on the market, and we shall see what will happen tomorrow, right? So tomorrow, uh, one day before the monthly expiry, it will be very exciting. Let's see. Hopefully, it's not similar to today's market where traders should have had a lot of patience in order to get at least one trade, right? And towards the end is when I think 250 is when you finally got your one big move, which I'm not sure how many of you got as well, right? So yes, patience is a big game in the market, but yes, as usual, thank you so much for joining in. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, and also quick disclaimer telling that this is completely for educational purpose, right? We do not provide any calls or tips here. This is completely for your education and better understanding of the markets. And another thing is, before you do take any trades, make sure you consult your financial advisor, right? So yes, thank you so much for joining in, guys, and love today's video, and love that what we predicted yesterday was more of what happened today as well, right? So we should see what happens tomorrow, and yes, you can join in back at 3:45 tomorrow. Until then, hope you guys have a nice day.